US Congressman Riley Moore visited Nigeria last week as part of a US congressional delegation investigating rising violence and alleged persecution of Christians. His tweet reads as follows: "While in Benue, I met with dozens of Christians who were driven from their homes and subjected to horrific violence and now live in IDP camps. They told harrowing stories that will remain with me for the rest of my life. One woman was forced to watch as they killed her husband and 5 children. She and her unborn child barely escaped. Another woman's family was murdered in front of her and her baby was ripped from her womb. One man's family was hacked to death in front of his eyes and his arm was permanently mangled. There are more than 600,000 Christians in IDP camps in Benue State alone. These Christians should be able to live in their ancestral homeland without fear of genocidal Fulani." When the presidential convoy rolled into Benue, the air grew thick with tension. Some saw hope, some saw political theater, others simply watched in silence, too broken to speak. Tinubu stepped out, face tanned, steps slow, visibly affected by the scenes unfolding before him. The president walked into the hospital wards, and for the first time perhaps, the weight of Nigeria's insecurity stood inches from him. Burn victims, gunshot victims, children with bandaged limbs, mothers crying quietly at the foot of hospital beds. Tinubu bent over one child, eyes wide, trembling from trauma. His voice softened as he tried to comfort her. But no political speech could erase the nightmare carved into that little girl's mind. He shook hands with the wounded, listening to their stories, and for a moment, Nigeria saw a president confronted not with policy, but with pain. In international law, the word genocide is not a description. It is a weapon, a judgment, a global bell. Genocide means systematic, targeted killing of a group, intent to erase a people because of who they are, a failure of the state to protect them. If the US labels Nigeria's violence as genocide, it means this: Nigeria stands accused of allowing the extermination of Christians on its soil. This is not just humanitarian concern, it is an indictment with consequences. So when US congressmen like Riley Moore arrived in Nigeria, they met the survivors, tall, violent hotspots. This is not a routine diplomatic trip. This is evidence collection. This is fact-finding. This is the prelude to a possible international judgment on Nigeria. Washington is watching, Europe is watching, the global Christian community is watching. If testimonies confirm systematic attacks, displacement, mass killings, the US will not whisper. It will speak loudly. The consequences will be seismic. Some of the consequences are: number one, it will cause a diplomatic shockwave. A genocidal label forces emergency UN meetings, international investigations, monitoring of Nigeria's military and political leaders, and demand for immediate reforms. Nigeria's global reputation will be shaken to its core. Number two, it will cause a lot of economic consequences for Nigeria. A genocide designation can trigger sanctions from international bodies, aid restrictions, suspension of military cooperation, freezing of assets tied to officials. Foreign investors will flee, and Nigeria's economy, which is already fragile, could tremble. Number three, this could also cause military and security impacts on Nigeria's security architecture. The US and allies may restrict weapon sales for Nigerian army. They may decide to cut intelligence sharing, halt counter-terror partnerships with Nigeria, and also pressure Nigeria to restructure its security forces. This will expose Nigeria's weak spot in the fight against insecurity and banditry. Number four, this could lead to political fallout as well. Nigeria's leadership will be seen as failing to protect its own citizens, allowing religious communities to be massacred, losing control of internal security as well. Opposition parties will weaponize this situation. Ethnic and religious tension could rise as well. The government's credibility will take a major blow. Number five, this could lead to humanitarian intervention pressure. A genocide label can lead to calls for UN monitoring missions, international observers in the Middle Belt, peacekeeping pressure, global Christian advocacy campaign, court cases at the International Criminal Court (ICC). This is not just politics, it is intervention in action. The world has seen the mass graves, it has heard the testimonies, it has watched communities wiped out overnight. From Plateau to Benue, Kaduna to Taraba, the pattern is becoming louder than denial. The US is stepping in because Nigeria's violence has escalated. Survivors are crying out to the West. Advocacy groups are pushing Washington to act. Religious freedom is a core US foreign policy agenda, and most of all, because too many Nigerian graves now carry the cross. While Nigeria helps prevent coups across West Africa, while its troops defend democracy in neighboring nations, its own people ask a painful question: why can't you protect us? Nigeria looks strong abroad, deploying soldiers, flexing political muscle, yet Christians at home are slaughtered with shocking impunity. This contradiction fuels the US investigation. It fuels global suspicion. It fuels the genocide debate. For Nigeria's Christian communities, this investigation is not politics. It is hope. It is the chance to finally be heard. Because if the world declares genocide, then their suffering is acknowledged. Their attackers face global scrutiny. Their survival becomes a global priority. It will be a turning point in Nigeria history. A genocide designation will change everything. It will shake Nigeria's government. It will alter its alliances. It will expose its failures, and it will force the nation to confront a truth it has long avoided. But Nigeria still has a choice: protect its people or face the judgment of the world. The investigation has begun, and the verdict is coming. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. This is Impact Media. Thank you for listening.